No one's gonna watch that.
What?
You heard him. Turn around and look at us. The palm of the sun.
Hey, Parker.
We know you're gonna try and do some weeb shit on here, but we're here to tell you to not do that.
You're lying. They'll support me.
Bitch, people only like you for Spider-Man.
They'll watch anything I make. Come on, man. Have faith.
No one wants to see your dog-ass review any ching-chong toys. Give the people what they want and review us.
Yeah, review us, spider criminal.
Reviews are cut off your nutsack.
If you don't review us, your ass and I are gonna have a hell of a time.
Then I guess I have no choice. Alright, so one shitty skit later, I decided to review this Green Goblin figure. The Green Goblin figure from the first Spider-Man movie, who was played by Willem Dafoe. Oh yes, the very first Spider-Man movie, a classic. It was this movie that started the whole superhero craze we're living in today, and I really like it. Now, we all know the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin is a motherfucking piece of shit. The Green Goblin is one of the best supervillains ever put to film. Like, this motherfucker was blowing people to smithereens. He's such a great character. Willem Dafoe really brought him to life. You really believed that this bastard was crazy. You know what the best thing about this movie is, though? Could it be the story of the characters? It's a goddamn Thanksgiving movie.
There we are. Oh, it looks delicious.
Will you do the honors?
Fucking bitch. I'll do the honors, all right.
Why, Peter, you're bleeding.
I'll honor your
Oh, some kids were saying that Shang-Chi was better than Captain Marvel, so I had to teach him a lesson.
Let me see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that looks awful.
No, it's nothing.
I'll get the first aid kit.
How did you say that happened?
The kids were woke. I beat them up.
My God. You fucking racist!
So grab your family, your Thanksgiving turkey, and your mashed potatoes, because let's take a look at... So I already talked about all the Spider-Man figures they made, but they made a few Green Goblin figures too. Like the one you're seeing right now, it actually isn't bad, but the one I want to look at today is the superposable Green Goblin from the first Spider-Man movie. So here he is in all his glory. Getting a look at the helmet, you can see not only is the paint nice, but the sculpt is so good it looks just like the movie. You can see the lined undersuit, each individual panel is sculpted. You can tell there was some real effort put into the sculpt, which is pretty impressive considering that Toy Biz hand sculpted everything. Like this little exoskeleton detail. And look at that ass. Woo! Now this is movie accurate, I can tell you that much. They even got my man's air flight posits. Attention to drip, I call it. The metallic green paint really makes the figure pop. This is the only release of the figure with this green paint. The rest have like this army green color. My only real problem with this figure are the proportions. From the waist up, he actually doesn't look too bad, but from the waist down, it looks like he has toothpick legs or something. Willem Dafoe is not this thin. I think we've made that pretty clear already. This helmet ain't just for show. If you turn it around to the back, you can see there's a piece of shit behind it. Just take off the removable mask.
But you can't do this to me.
I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
Listen, for what it's worth, I appreciate the attempt. The likeness is actually pretty good. But come on, you got Pinhead Larry over here. He's got some green on him considering the mask has been rubbing against his face. And his hair isn't even brown, it's like this weird orange color. It looks like Maruchan instant noodles! Alright, fuck the helmet, let's just get into the glider. Arguably the best part of this figure. I've never seen someone flex their damn sculpting skills before. I don't know what to say, it just looks perfect. There's no critique, nothing. It looks awesome. I mean, look at it, it's like it jumped right out of the movie. You turn it over and oh my god, there's enough paint and detail to make a full-grown man come. Intricate details and paint to highlight them? You don't see this level of detail put into accessories today. And even if you do, they're usually not painted. They even put 2 pumpkin bombs in the front of the glider. That's unnecessary, but it's cool. It's just fun to fuck around with them. If you were to take them out, they'd probably be in perfect scale with this figure, but I haven't done that yet, and I don't want to try. They're painted like shit anyway. There's 2 pegs where the feet go, and as you'd expect, there's holes on the bottom of Goblin's shoe. So you put this bastard in, and there you go. Now the Green Goblin's ready to kick some ass. One thing though, you can't really display him on a flat surface. If you try, he's just gonna fall over. The closest you can get is leaning the thing forward, but even that doesn't look right. But if you have the first release like me, they actually included a stand. It comes in 2 pieces out of the box, so you just stick them together. And you got yourself a flight stand. Oh, it looks like there's some dust on there. Okay, that's embarrassing. So to connect this thing to the glider, you can see there's a hole on top of this stick, and then there's a big ass peg on the glider. So you gotta do the birds and the bees, and there you go. True, it's not that high, but it's enough to where it looks like he's hovering. It's enough for you to put him in a good display, that's for sure. This figure is just all around a well-rounded package. I mean, look at this. You get all this for like $10 at the time. His head has articulation in 2 points, one on the head itself and one at the bottom of the neck. But even with these 2 joints, he can't look up at all. But the Green Goblin is a character who has to look up. So here's what you do. You take off the mask, slide it like on the top of his head like a hat, angle it correctly, and there you go, he's looking up. He's got these tight shoulder pads that move up and down. They actually look pretty flush. I didn't know these could move until recently. But you can move the arm all the way up, then you got your bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, then you got a swivel at the forearm and a hinge at the wrist, which I wish they used the peg that we're so used to today, because if you look at this, his wrist just looks really fat and awkward. He's got this finger joint, which I usually don't like, but it looks pretty normal here, so I can forgive it. Okay, the torso. Originally, I thought this joint was useless and it wouldn't move at all, but after fucking around with it for a little, you can see it actually rotates, so it's not useless at all. I even had this whole skit with Aqua planned in it, but I guess she's still useless to me. It looks ugly anyway. Why would you want to rotate this if you have a waist joint right here? So these legs are pretty skinny, but you know what? They don't have ball joints, so that is a plus. Forward, thighs, knees, calf, ankle, toe. But all my homies want to know, does he have ankle pivot? And the answer is yes. It barely moves, but it moves enough. Also, his shoulders are on like a springy joint, but I don't know if that's important or not, you know. The Green Goblin is known for one thing, and it's not ass. It's his pumpkin bombs, baby. This figure doesn't come with any.
What?
But if you got the one from the Spider-Man trilogy line, he actually came with 2. I just have this one. I think it's from Spider-Man 3. This was given to me by my friend Raimiverse on Instagram, so go ahead and check him out. I just like to rest this on his hand. I know how much he likes to fondle balls. It just completes the look. So this figure's kind of old, but he actually scales pretty well with Legends today. Here he is next to the superposable Spider-Man, which came out in the same wave, and here's the battle damage Spider-Man. Here he is next to fellow No Way Home member Doc Ock, and here's the Hasbro Sandman. And because the trailer recently came out, here he is next to the Amazing Spider-Man Lizard and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro. We can't forget our boy Tom Holland, or the legendary Andrew Garfield, and finally, the one, the only, Tobey Maguire. So, what are my overall thoughts? I think it's badass, man. Yeah, it's not perfect, but is any figure really? It's posable, and it looks good. That's what an action figure needs to be. And on top of all that, he comes with a bunch of cool shit. He's my favorite villain from the original Spider-Man trilogy, and I'm pretty damn excited that he's coming back to whoop some ass. Whether or not he'll be replaced in the future, all that matters is, this figure is pretty cool. Sorry I'm late, I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get this video out. There you go, there's your Thanksgiving video for today. I really was planning on reviewing that Tanjiro that came out, but I guess...
Criminal, you're struggling to have everything you want, while your fans only want Spider-Man.
Asshole. I gotta say, I really do like this figure. I genuinely believe it still holds up. It's much like the movie itself, you know? It's got some dated things about it, but overall, it's like a girl you can always go back to, you know? Always there for you. Oh, I don't fucking know. It's like pizza rolls. Anyway, I'm thankful to own this figure, and I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving, so... screw off, I guess. I'm just kidding. Have a happy Thanksgiving. The hell was this? Oh, you guys look, you think you can shove it up my ass?